A little over 30 years ago, on a cold January day, I was brought to the hospital to meet my new sibling. I walked into my mom's hospital room, and my reaction was, "A boy? A brother? That is not what I wanted."
Becca, when we were younger, Jordana and I always looked up to you. You carried the grace of our mother, but unfortunately the temper of our father. Regardless, we still wanted to be like you. You are patient, caring, and always accept us as we are when we come to you. Your love and protectiveness of the three of us is unmatched.
Together with Alex and Richard, I came to meet Bonge at university in London over 10 years ago. Our group of friends at this time was incredibly close. We shared very similar cultures, upbringings, and interests, and many of us had known each other since birth. Bonge's deep sense of empathy and the tireless manner with which he keeps in touch with others have provided him with a multitude of meaningful relationships. His personality enabled him to instantly feel at home in London.
I had just gotten home from school when my mother looked out our window and spotted 3 girls in blue nightingale tunics hanging on the rooftops of the floors below. We shouted until we got their attention and held up a huge handmade sign, "Call me, 517-2411. Phone calls were made, playdates were scheduled, and the rest is history.
Everybody here has experienced in some way your remarkable kindness, your huge heart, your endless generosity, and you are, to me, you are the closest thing to a sister.
I know the difficulties she faces on a daily basis, but I wish I could handle it with even half her strength. Becca, or Boodles as I like to call her, is honestly the best sister anyone could have asked for. I mean that. Bongo. There hasn't been a moment since the day we met that I haven't considered you my brother. I have never met anyone that has your business savvy, sense of commitment, and ability to instantly make friends. You are truly one of the most selfless people I know.
So Bonge's transition from university to working at Goldman was as smooth as it comes. He excelled in his early career, building a reputation as both a hard-working and a loved-by-all kind of guy. And it was clear from an early stage that he was going to excel. His fashion sense, too, excelled in the early parts of his years. He was not only a good friend of ours, but an adopted son to most of our parents.
You worked really hard for where you are today. You are an exemplary son and grandson, a loving brother, and a friend everyone wishes to have in their life.
We remember Rebecca coming back one summer from a trip to Israel with Annie Volk, where Rebecca then proceeded to tell us about a crazy night that involved dancing on a bar and a Belgian with a big nose.
He was given an initial helping hand from Becca's friend Anne, who gently nudged her to invite him to a wedding in the south of France. But from then on, he was his own man.
We were obsessed with the idea of that boy. That man that would waltz into our lives, sweep us off our feet, and carry us away into the sunset.
Bonge arrived at the wedding not knowing a soul, only to meet his future in-laws on this effective first date. As far as I know, he passed the test with flying colors. From quite early on in the relationship, it became apparent how much Rebecca meant to Bonge. With her, he was considerate, protective, and chivalrous. He glowed, and all his finest qualities seemed somehow magnified.
She made her way into our hearts and into our family in the most natural way. She was sweet and kind, truly beautiful inside and out.
We have known Rebecca for a couple of years, and since the first time you brought her to Antwerp to introduce her to Bobby, we all immediately fell in love with her and adopted her. She has conquered us with her smile and with her kindness.
When I left to go live in San Francisco, our lives took us in different directions. Being separated and building our own lives created some distance between us. I felt lost without my best friend in my daily life. It was not until I moved back to New York and Banj came into your life that I felt we were able to reconnect.
From the beginning, I had a hunch he might be the one. There was always something familiar about him. He opens the door for you. He accompanies you to parties. He dances with you until the morning. He's family-oriented. He's Becca-oriented. He sees you. He sees for you when you can't. He even does your makeup.
Banj really is a brother to every single one of us. Whether he's cooking for the family or playing hours of competitive tennis with our dad, he's always generous with his time and love. More important than all that is his unparalleled love and admiration for our sister.
So here we are, a couple decades later. You're getting married. I'm so happy you found your Prince Charming. But don't forget, we'll always be your muffin.
Rebecca, you don't even have to be a good cook. All you need is to find the best herring provider in the neighborhood. All of the above, coupled with many children, will take Benjamin to heaven. Which brings me to you, Benj. If you want Rebecca to be an angel, the secret is you must first put her in heaven, because angels don't live elsewhere. Remember always to be an honest man and keep your promises. And in Yiddish he added, be a mensch. Those are two fundamental and sacred laws. And finally, Benjamin, my last advice to you is dreaming big takes the same energy as dreaming small. So let's dream big.
Very excited to meet Benjamin under the chuppah and get married, start the next chapter of our life together.
The day of our wedding you feel very special, you feel elevated, and there's this special energy around us. And I can't describe the way I've been feeling since I woke up this morning. I feel like I'm in heaven, I'm high. And I know that when I'm going to see you walking down that chuppah today, the world is going to come together and our souls will unite, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life together with you and build a family together.
To the, probably when you're watching this, to the Pollacks, we love you very much. They asked me to go first, so consider me for the Godfather role.
Falling on the sword.
Falling on the sword.
To the Pollacks, all the best to you. We love you very much, and this is an amazing occasion to celebrate the both of you.
Orange and Becca, we love you. Can't wait to celebrate with you more and a wonderful life and happiness and love together. Look forward to seeing you in New York. Love you.
All of that is true, but let's get messed up and have a great time. Love you guys.
So Benjamin, I love you and love you even more now. You're getting married with Becca, and it's gonna be the best party you guys have ever had in your life. Wish you the best, guys.
Roy, Bunch has got his phone.
Rebecca and Benjamin, a dream came true. You're good dreamers. Keep on dreaming. Don't give up. Keep on dreaming. What a combination. Virtue of kindness, virtue of dedication, virtue of loyalty. What a team you are.
You won't grow. You
When you go beyond that, you have emunah, you have faith. Faith in each other, faith in the future, faith in Hashem. May you have a life of blessing. The excitement, the joy of this royal wedding should not only be in the beginning. The excitement, the love, the devotion should carry through out your life.
You grow like
I asked Benjamin and Rebecca to send me a paragraph of why they chose to marry each other. Rebecca, you said that you felt you could trust him. You could rely on him. He's a team player. And Benjamin, you said no matter what challenge you'll face in life, you knew that Rebecca will be there for you by your side.
you flow through the inside. You kill everything through. You kill from the inside.
Hare, Kudasha. Say the word Li.
Li.
Batabadzu.
Batabadzu.
Kedat.
Kedat.
Moshe.
Moshe.
Ve'Yisrael.
Ve'Yisrael.
Be thou wedded unto me with this ring according to the law of Moses and of Israel. Vedodi.
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 Lee.
Lee.
I am
I am
for my beloved.
beloved.
My beloved is for me. Pleasure.
I wonder if I'm allowed ever to see.
Rebecca, for the first time you light Shabbat candles this Friday night as the sun sets. We say Havdalah, and we use only one candle that has 2 wicks. Those 2 candles will turn into one candle, one soul, putting the 2 halves together. This is the commitment of Benjamin to take care, show affection and love. Take care of your dear wife, Rebecca.
If I forget you, O Jerusalem, may my right hand forget its skill. May my tongue cling to my palate. If I do not remember you, if I do not bring up Jerusalem at the beginning of our joy.
Just ever to be.
He did it, Maradona.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the bride and the groom, Benjamin and Rebecca! Yelanu, Yelanu, ulechol Israel. Yelanu, Yelanu, ulechol Israel. David melech Israel, chai vekayam. David melech Israel, חי וקיים. מזל טוב! Go, 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 go! יהיה לנו, יהיה לנו, ולכל ישראל. יהיה לנו, יהיה לנו, ולכל ישראל. דוד מלך ישראל, חי וקיים. דוד מלך ישראל, חי וקיים. היי! השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד. השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד. השם מלך, השם מלך, ימלוך לעולם ועד. השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד. הלל השם אלוקים והגדלנו בתודה. הלל השם אלוקים והגדלנו בתודה. י' ו' השם אלוקינו, השם אחד. י' ו' השם אלוקינו, השם אחד. או לה 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 לה.
השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד. השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד. השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד. השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך. Everybody sing. השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד. השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד. Bravo! Give a round of applause for you guys. Little Rebecca, you were my firstborn, and there's always something amazingly special about a firstborn. One of the happiest moments of our life, I remember, was in Greenwich, Connecticut. It was 4:30 in the morning on a Saturday morning, Greenwich Hospital, and this little peanut came out of mommy's tummy, and the two of us held you there just as the sky was beginning to get light. And we looked out of the window with you in our arms for the first time, and in the distance, we could see downtown New York. You grew up speaking 3 languages. Then at the age of 15, we found that you had a genetic eye disease called Stargardt's, which in some cases can be a very serious eye disease. But what impressed your mother and I was that you never took pity on yourself. You never asked for help. You never took shortcuts. You always wanted to do things your own way. And many times we would even forget that you had this eye disease. So when it came time to go into college, you wanted to go to Brown University. You got into Brown and you had an amazing experience there. And that really changed your life. I know I haven't always been the perfect father for you, but you, Rebecca, have always been the perfect daughter. And that's you, my little Rebecca. Benjamin, at the age of 17, you left Antwerp and moved on your own to London without knowing a single soul to go to the London School of Economics. And there you built a life yourself with your own hands from scratch.
When I moved to London at the age of 17, I was indeed very lucky to meet Alex, Richard and Max on my very first day at the London School of Economics. And we truly never looked back.
Bonge and I had a really good thing going there for a while. In our shared basement apartment, we had a ping pong arena instead of a kitchen, 20-foot projector screens, video games. What more could a man want, you might ask? This was a man determined to make an impact on the nightlife circuit of London. All of this in the hopes that, he would occasionally get noticed by the opposite sex. The high society of London would frequently describe him as that Belgian guy who dresses like a fruit salad. Well, one day we received an invitation in the post. addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Victor Polak. And I'm fairly certain that inspired some pretty serious introspection on Bonge's part. And as it turned out, that he did in fact want more than our comfortable bachelor lifestyle.
And then at the age of 20, you joined Goldman Sachs, and you worked your way from the bottom of Goldman Sachs up to relatively high positions in 8 years there.
I don't blame you for opting out. The truth is that Bonge deserves the best, and in the end, he got it.
Italians have many words for fate. Il destino, la sorte, il fato. But I've yet to hear the words that can accurately describe the forces that brought Rebecca and I together. Before I ever met Rebecca, I met one of her sisters, Jordana, while she was on an internship in London with her friends Alison and Natalie. Jord told me she had a twin sister named Deborah, but I'd never met her. So imagine my surprise a few years later when I saw someone who could only have been her twin Deborah at the swimming pool restaurant of the Hilton in Tel Aviv. I thought, wow, what are the chances? So I went over to her table and said, hey, are you Jordana Fribourg's twin sister? To which she simply replied, nope. She then paused for the longest 5 seconds of my life. As I awkwardly turned around to go back to my table, she suddenly said, but I'm her older sister. She had me at butt. She was gorgeous and elegant, and had the kind of smile I'd ever seen. Something mysterious was at work. Our connection was instant, and we ended up spending the evening together with our friends in Tel Aviv. It culminated in a very innocent, and in my mind, very perfect kiss. Rebecca would tell you it wasn't perfect. In fact, she now claims it was a pretty terrible kiss. But that kiss was extremely important. Like a bookmark in a story we put down and nearly forgot about for the next 2 years before our dear friend, Anne Volk, who was sitting with Rebecca that day we met in Tel Aviv, decided it was time to pick it up again.
Do you really think that Annie Volk was acting on her own? Think about it. Her father, Steve Volk, is on our board of directors. We went through thousands of candidates, analyzing strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, until we finally found you.
I happened to be in New York, so Anne invited me to brunch. And I let you guess who was there. It was Rebecca, 2 years later. She was as beautiful, elegant, and kind as I'd remembered her. We talked all afternoon as if no time had passed at all. When we said goodbye, I think we both thought that was it. I lived in London, and it was simply too far away from New York. The following weekend, I got a text from Rebecca asking me on a date. She asked me if I'd be willing to join her at her friend Sarah and Pedro's wedding in Saint-Tropez. I wasn't surprised when I later learned that it was in fact Anne who texted me, pretending to be Rebecca. I immediately called my top advisor, my sister Katya, and asked her what I should do. She asked me 2 very simple questions. 1, is this mysterious girl pretty and fun? And 2, do you have any other friends going to the wedding? After giving her 2 yeses, she told me I'd be stupid not to go. Thank you, Katya. We were halfway through dinner during the first wedding event in Saint-Tropez when suddenly I was introduced to Rebecca's parents, Babette and Paul. Bringing your parents along on your first date? Check. Rebecca and I ended up having the most amazing weekend together, and I knew there was something very special in the air. As soon as I said goodbye to her at Nice Airport that Sunday, I knew I simply had to see her again. As it happened, my friends Olivia and Frankie were hosting an intimate gathering for about 40 of their close friends the following weekend at their family holiday home in Porto Ercole. I called Olivia and asked her if I could invite Rebecca, and she said, if she makes you happy, of course you can invite her. A day later, I made the call. Of course, Rebecca didn't simply accept my invitation. She told me she would think about it and let me know. Turns out she told her mom I had just invited her to Italy that next weekend, and fortunately Babette said, mais c'est pas possible, you're going. We spent another great weekend together, and it was very clear to me that we shared an incredibly special connection. We saw each other multiple times throughout the summer, and even took a vacation together.
And then you found your Prince Charming, Benjamin. You did it your way, commuting to London for 4 years, merging 2 lives and 2 families together. Not an easy task, but your love carried through the incredible journey that the 2 of you have lived through.
The rest is history. It seems the forces that brought Rebecca and I together aren't so difficult to name after all. They're you, the people sitting right here tonight, our beloved friends and family.
You will both rise to whatever the challenges that face you, and you will live a life of constant learning, of humility, and together you will grow and build your own family. We love you both. L'chaim to life.
Saint-Tropez and Porto Ercole may seem like yesterday, but we certainly have been through a lot since. That's when I knew I had to have you in my life, but I didn't have the experience to know what that life would look like. And then one morning, and I remember this very, very vividly, I woke up and I realized I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you by my side. Jumping on planes was easy compared to building a life together. For 4 years, we lived in different time zones. With anyone else, I would have probably gone crazy. But you taught me patience and endurance. You have the world's biggest heart, and you treat everyone around you with utmost respect and dignity. Your kindness and generosity have no limits, and you give me the strength and desire to become a better person every day. Your courage in dealing with your day-to-day challenges posed by Star Guards are an inspiration to me and all of those around you. Thank you for marrying me and for showing me a love I never dreamt was possible. Life is full of challenges, but I honestly believe that together we can make it through anything life has to throw at us. I will always be there by your side as we embark on this new chapter of our lives. I love you more than anything in the world, and I promise to love you more every single day. After all, we're here tonight to celebrate love and friendship and party all night long. Life is a humbling journey, and Rebecca and I know that we have the most incredible friends and family in the world by our sides. Thank you for always being there for us and for making life so exciting and rewarding. And to you, my beautiful bride, Rebecca, thank you for making me the happiest and luckiest man in the world. I love you. L'chaim.
You taught me the courage of stars before you left. How light carries on endlessly, even after death, with sureness of breath. You explain the infinite, how rare and beautiful it is to even exist. And I couldn't help but ask you to say it all again. I tried to write it down, but I can never find a pen. I'd give anything to hear you say it one more time, that the universe was made just to be seen by my eye. And I couldn't help but ask you to say it all again. I tried to write it down, but I could never find a pen. I'd give anything to hear you say it one more time, that the universe was made just to be seen by my eyes. The shortness of breath, I'll explain the infinite, how rare and beautiful it truly is that we exist.